Hello!
Hi, we're at a house.
We are indeed at Keiichi's house.
My residence, and now it's gone.
It's so exciting getting to see all of these scenes again now that I've seen them rendered in the anime.
I know, right? We get to see like what really is there in the anime version. It's like the real canon, right? That's what everything actually looks like.
Yeah.
This is all garbage. This is all garbage real places. This isn't like the fake realness of Higurashi, you know?
We've addressed many times on the show how the geography of Hinamizawa and in turn the Yoshimiya mansion in Umineko is just a mess.
I think it makes more sense in Hamizawa, but certainly the Yoshimiya mansion like does not make any sense. Yeah.
I don't think either of them makes any more sense than the other. I just think, the layout is simpler in the village.
Yeah, I don't think it matters too much. Just there is some space. There are like some villagers there. They're just hanging out, saying hi to Keiichi and Rika, but like it's just, you know, the temple, the shrine is like to the west somewhere. Yeah. It doesn't really matter the exact geography.
The point that I was going to make though is that like how does Ryukashi see these worlds based on how the community sees them
in his head?
Because he had to go there and take these photos, and other people in the community, I guess, have been there to where he took a lot of the photos.
Yeah.
So like, how does their perspective on how this all fits together vary from us who have
just
only
making
seen
it up
here?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Apparently, though, the town is like a cultural heritage site, and they don't actually have a lot of like Higurashi touristy stuff going on because they're trying to like preserve the like status of the village as heritage. So that's interesting. That's the thing that's true.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've never been there myself though. Cannot confirm or deny. Go ask someone else.
Yeah, but the interesting thing about the whole photography side of it is that like I'd not really thought of it this way. I think I mentioned it way back when, but Tomitaki as like
Flash,
the Ryukashi insert from the perspective of the photographer.
Sure.
Where like, you know, he's cataloging his journeys and reinterpreting them in this story. Like, do we read into that? You know, do we look at the interesting metaphors of how like photography is like the one true depiction of real life, but also through exclusion and choice of perspective is a brilliant, you know, metaphor for the narrative of narratives and how you can spin a story.
Sure. See, I don't think any of that is intended by Ryukashi, but I like it. I like where your head's at.
Well, I mean, it connects to a lot of the themes that he tends to write about, right?
It's true.
Like, you know, the varying truths that we've had in all of these arcs and whether or not, you know, one of them is true or whose perspective they're told from is a very consistent tone that we've had going through Higurashi, even if it is, I guess, secondary.
You're right. At the end of the day, Higurashi isn't even real dudes. Keiichi and Sadako, they don't even live in the real life village that Hinamizawa is.
Dude, that is...
They don't even live there.
That's disturbing.
It's messed up. I can't even imagine it, that there are multiple perspectives of reality.
Are you telling me that Shirakawa Go didn't suffer a gas disaster in the 1980s?
Sadly, yes.
It's just...
There was no exciting gas disasters spice up their lives. Just cultural heritage and memes. And awful Western photographers coming in. And Ryukashi, obviously. Just everybody coming in.
Well, I suppose we should move on. Who's talking?
What? I don't know. I know it might be Keiichi.
It probably is.
I know I've heard some people mention it before, but they were serious about that. Oh, okay. They're not even going to tell us. It's probably Keiichi, though. That's what the point is. It's true. This is definitely me. This world always has a lot of nice suggestions, but they're mostly out of politeness, right? They're just something you laugh off and reply with, that would be nice. But those ideas generally end as jokes, so it's crazy when they turn real.
Yeah, I'm serious. Uncle Yashiro was giving you a ton of praise, too. He said it was amazing how well that pop-up pirate game went in the toy store yesterday.
Nice work, Keiichi. I had no idea you could play that game like that.
I should mention that some of the kids around my table wanted to play with you, too.
Oh, it's Keiichi's perspective? What?
Is it?
Apparently, Rika's on screen.
I guess so.
It's
very sad.
It is a bit weird. Keiichi's a genius when it comes to playing games.
You know, I wasn't just playing around. I was giving it my all because I had no choice but to win.
I guess we should give Ryukishi.
I guess we should give him a point.
But we didn't have.
We had no clue. There was no indication. That
point.
said, we did start at the Maibara residence. There were clues there that we had come from Keiichi's house to school. So
I've taken too long tangenting about.
You're absolutely correct. But there were clues there. We traveled from the Maya residence all the way to school. That was clearly Keiichi. Ryukishi gets a point.
But in a later scene where we start off there and it turns out that it was actually just Rika stalking Keiichi the entire time.
Then we can take back 5 points.
Okay.
If that's what it turns. If it turns out that Rika's actually stalking Keiichi all through this arc.
Yeah. We're not going to remember that though, so you need to tell us in the comments. You guys need to tell us in the comments.
But right now, Ryukishi gets a point.
Okay.
Give him that point.
I guess we made it look like a lot of fun for the audience though.
Yeah. And Shion! She's here! She's just hanging out.
Shion.
Yeah,
wink,
what up?
Wink if you're being held hostage.
Oh dear.
So, interesting tie-in to the end of Arc 3, I guess?
Arc 3.
Oh, 5.
I was gonna say Arc 5. But she was like, man, it'd be great if I could have another world where I could like hang out and have games with the club members.
How peculiar.
And apparently she's just here. She's in the school. I like it. I don't know where it's come from since then, but, you know, we're here.
You definitely have a blast no matter what club activity you're doing, Kei-chan. The coach was saying that the Hinamizawa fighters would be so happy if you joined the team.
In that professional voice of his.
That's very true. Dr. Irie had nothing but great things to say about you at the meeting last night, Maibara-kun.
You have the ability to bring people joy, and far more than you think you do. You dumbass.
You think so?
Baka.
This old man didn't mention your name just because you're his friend. He did it because he's confident that you can do the job.
I was there at the meeting too, and no one was against the idea.
And if they were, they died.
I would have killed them.
Maibara-kun, you honestly do have a good reputation around the village. I've heard good things about you in Akinomiya too. What you did in the match between the Hinamizawa fighters and the Akinomiya Titans was legendary.
Yes, that event that occurred.
As a gaping plot hole in the fact that Shion is allegedly living in Akinomiya but also still going to school here and still wearing what I believe is meant to be her St. Lucia's uniform.
Yes, that's exactly what that is. She's wearing the school uniform for a different school, and she's going to Hinamizawa for school, and yeah,
there's too many plot holes.
It doesn't matter. Shion can wear whatever she wants because she's a strong, independent girl who don't need no sadashi.
Clearly, you've never tried to wear the wrong uniform to a school.
Well, they don't have a uniform here. I don't care. Who cares about uniforms? I don't care. You just wear whatever you have. Look, Shion, look, you're looking good, girl. You're doing you. You live your best life. Shion is the best character, guys.
I just... if they don't care about what you wear, why is Shion wearing the blazer that she always thought
I don't know.
You know,
was shaving
oppressive.
And, like, it's a symbol of the authority of the school over her, and it's strictures.
It just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense. But she's wearing it because she thinks it looks good on her. That's all that matters.
It really was incredible. This is... Yes.
What? What?
I've completely lost track of who it is. I'm just gonna give Ryukishi a point and take it as Shion.
I think it's Sadako. Isn't this... Oh, did she just... Fuck. I thought it was Sadako.
That's right. I'm just gonna keep going.
I thought it was Sadako.
It really was incredible. The reporters were there to see Kamada-kun, but Kamada-san...
What?
Fuck.
But they were more impressed by... Look, I'm gonna Sadako. That's my guess.
They're talking about that rigged baseball match I set up with Kamada-kun. The public did end up believing that the talented pitcher walked me out of fear from my insight. Kamada-kun and I have entered a strange relationship since then, but I'd really rather not talk about it right now.
We'll have to check out Arc 3 for more about that, and 6. What do you think, Keiichi-kun? I think you can do it. I'm backing up too. I definitely think you should be in charge of the Water Nagashi Planning Committee. Wow, that is a big responsibility for an outsider.
Watanagashi is an annual village festival held in June. It's supposed to be the biggest event in the village, and most of the people living here gather together for it.
Why are you still doing that? Look, he's been through like 6 timelines. He knows how to pronounce it by now.
Since this is a major event, they always organize a committee to plan out the festival a few months in advance.
God damn it.
The festival is only 2 weeks away, and I just moved to this village, but now they want me to join that committee? Look, first of all, I don't even know what you do in a committee.
You commit.
You don't need to be too concerned about it. It's not like committees actually do anything anyway.
It's true.
The job we unanimously want you to fill is hosting the auction.
What? What the hell is an auction? You want me to sell bananas or something?
No, Casey, we want you to sell your house.
You know what, fair. They just bought it though.
That's too fucking bad for them. The village wants them to sell it.
Who are you gonna sell it to? Who's gonna buy that? Is Takara gonna buy that? With all the nurse money? Who knows? I'm scared.
Well, let me explain. We're holding an auction event for the first time this year. We're gonna auction off donated items just to see how it turns out.
I don't think this is in the anime. I'm scared.
There's a kind of a long story behind it. We wanted to do something in which everyone can participate using donated items as prizes. But the elder members decided to distribute the prizes using something other than a lottery for their own reasons. Ah, yes, their own reasons. To put it simply, our hag of a grandmother let her temper get to her and wouldn't back down after that, but she didn't really consider any specifics. Yup. Anyway, we had to come up with how to utilize those donated items. At that point, we thought of doing an auction.
Sounds fun. That sounds like fun. Wow, we're just on the same wavelength. She's
Move on, Ben.
You might be able to get something good for a really cheap price. It's fun just to watch the show, too.
The items are all donated, so they were free, huh? That committee sure is good at making money.
The profit will be going into the beer fund for the village committee's winter getaway trip. It's not fair.
You're not ready for beer yet, Furude-san?
Not this timeline.
I think I understand what's going on now, but still, I've never done anything like it before.
I'm sure you can do it, Keiichi-kun. I bet you do really well if they told you that you get to keep 10% of the profits.
Well, yeah, if I can gain something for producing results, I'll do my best at it.
Keiichi on capitalism.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you might be facing a dreadful penalty game if you don't produce anything. Wait a minute, Sadako, why would I agree to a risky deal like that? Don't forget, they're the ones asking for my help. I'm a very busy guy, you know. Try asking my agents first.
Yukishi?
Alright, Kei-chan, if you want some kind of compensation, we can talk about it. I really want you to be part of this. We can make a deal.
That sounds interesting. I wonder what I should ask for.
We're always talking about punishments, but it's our first time talking about a reward.
Is it?
Except for the fact that most of the rewards are tied to the punishments. That's usually how they do it, where they're like, you get to get put in a maid outfit, now you have to do whatever this person says.
That's true. We're always fighting for something, huh? Rena is right.
Damn right!
The whole purpose of our club activities is to escape the punishments we come up with. Even if we win, we never get a prize or a reward for it.
I do wonder if this is like, kind of meant to be a narrator insert, where we're like, still sort of in Rika's headspace, where it's like, it's just about not losing.
Maybe.
Rather than about winning.
Rather about winning? Yeah, for sure. Keiichi has no idea how to respond to something. It sounds too good to be true. Me.
Case in point.
Maybe Mi-chan can come up with a good idea. It's hard to decide on what you want, isn't it? Status quo.
Let me see. How about this? An admission ticket to Angel Mort's Dessert Festa. Don't be too cheap, sis. Why don't you give him 3 years worth of admission?
Hey, that sounds more like a deluxe reward to me. I heard that some people pay lots of money for that ticket. Are you sure you can hook me up with 3 years worth of admission?
With
of course I can. But you have to do a good job.
Well, if you're in the Yakuza, you get as many years of admission as you want. I'm sure he will. With Keiichi-kun there, it's gonna be heaps of fun.
Unlike every other year of the festival, which is depressing and miserable and people die.
Sad. It's pretty sad, honestly. People just keep dying.
I feel the same way. I'm really looking forward to the auction now.
Same. Oh my god.
Yeah, you could probably get people to line up for takoyaki that doesn't even contain octopus. Hey, takoyaki without octopus, that's impossible.
Call back.
No, I'm pretty sure you could do it.
Yeah, he'd probably say it was a healthy kind of takoyaki.
Are you making fun of me or what?
Yes.
So what do you think, Mayabara-kun? I think you'll do a wonderful job.
Jay-sensei was also on the committee. She must have backed up me on suggestion when she brought my name up after their last meeting.
I'd also love to see what kind of magic you can do. Nipasta.
Good auction always depends on how good a speaker the host is.
Sounds like it's going to be Keiichi Mayabara's big show. It'll be so much fun to just watch. Hey, I haven't accepted the offer yet.
Don't worry, Keiichi-kun, you can do it.
Don't worry, Keiichi, you have no choice.
I'll be cheering from over here.
You're saying that because you don't have to.
That's exactly it. How? It's not true.
The principal suddenly opened his mouth.
He's just there?
Mayabara-kun, in my opinion, you'll do a fine job.
Alright then.
As a man, is it your responsibility to meet people's expectations?
That's it, that's what men are known for, meeting people's expectations.
If I had to, I'm sure I could do it. Mian has made me do so many different things for the club, and I've learned a lot from that. Besides, this would be the first time I could get a reward without having to worry about punishment. It should be fun, too. This was the first time so many people were counting on me like this. To be honest, it made me pretty happy. Still, I was worried about getting dragged into something that required a lot of work. I couldn't erase that thought from my mind, but I was in Hinamizawa. The people in this village would never do anything to betray me. They genuinely believed that it would do a lot to liven up the festival if I became the host of their auction. I've only been here for a short period of time, but I know that the people here are honest and kind. Fine. As a man, I'm going to do it. I'll take care of it.
Keiichi!
Wait and see. I'll make it the greatest auction in the world! Don't forget to get me that Angel Mort Pass. I'll make sure to do a good enough job that I'll deserve 10 years worth of tickets.
Damn.
Good for you, Kei-chan. Sound effects are really going a bit overboard here.
No,
Dial it back.
No, this is what we need. We need more sound effects. We need cannons going off. We need stars.
Taking the 1812 Overture approach to sound design.
It's beautiful. I love it.
Everyone gave me a round of applause. How many times did this happen in my life?
This is like a post on, that happened.
Yeah.
It's like, and then I said I'd do a thing and everyone started cheering for me.
Everyone loved me and I was the best. And everybody blew kisses. Mm-hmm. And there was an elephant and chocolate. It was great. And what a slide.
How many times did this happen in my life? Not once, including now, because I was dreaming this all up. This was the first time I'd ever been applauded.
He's actually just been sabotaged by one of Seneca's traps.
By the way, I'm surprised that no one disagreed with this suggestion at the meeting.
That's because dissent results in murder, Keiichi. We've been over this.
It's true. We're a hive mind of like-minded people.
There are lots of old people in the village committee. I'm a young guy who only just moved here. I've known for a while that Mion has a lot of influence locally, but I couldn't believe that everyone in the committee would accept it just like that.
Most of them are that kind of hard-headed old people, but the new generation is gradually taking over, We won the dam conflict and now are aiming to build a new era and grow more and more prosperous. That's why we value the involvement of young people and people from outside the village too, like when we sold that plot of land by putting 2 girls with straight hair there.
Oh my god.
Suspiciously never addressing who the second one was.
It's terrifying. You're young and you're from the city. You also have a good reputation, so you're the perfect guy for this.
Have I raised the fact that Keiichi's dad can maybe allegedly see, fucking Hanyu?
What? See Hanyu?
Yeah.
Why'd you say that?
Well,
why do you think that's true?
I was making the quip just there, but I don't think I'd ever actually brought it up. The fact that, we had that scene where it's like, oh yeah, there were 2 girls with straight hair playing. Keiichi, do you know 2 of them? And Keiichi's like, I know one of them.
Yeah. Might have been Rika and Hanyu hanging out, which is a bit weird, isn't it?
Is it... Because it's Ryukishi, right? So it's obviously not going to be something bullshit like, oh yes, back when Sadako had straight hair, or some shit like that. But...
Who knows?
Are we just saying that Keiichi's dad can see Hanyu?
If true, why? Exactly right.
It's
why would you be able to see a ghost girl just for no apparent reason?
It's a mess.
That would be very strange if that were the case in this story.
Unless it's a hint to say that Keiichi's dad has been the killer all along.
I believe it.
Because he was, in fact, the first character introduced in the story.
And by law...
Nox's admission, the first character in the story is bound to be the killer.
Look, that's a theory that I am always a big fan of. The first character, other than the detective, who shows up, or maybe in the detective, we spend enough time with him. If we spend the whole chapter, the first chapter is just the detective, monologuing, they're the killer. Every time. Every single time. Show me a story where that happens and he's not the killer.
I could not tell you how frustrated I would be if this turned out to be the truth. The idea that all of the scenes talking about
Keiichi's
dad's art was actually just trying to paint him as a psychopath.
This is when you go back and you're like, all these references to fatherhood and parents and the older generation, it's all just Keiichi's parents.
Oh my
just masterminding the whole thing. They put
no, don't do this to me.
They put the needle in his food.
Oh.
They're behind everything. They're the aliens.
Put the doubt in my mind.
Here it comes.
Oh. No. What the fuck?
I hope you're ready for the real ending that I've been hiding from you. I will not, sir. I would never. I would never.
God.
That's gonna be the big twist I've been hiding from you.
Do that to me.
No. Look, I've been tactfully not mentioning
What was the hair for then?
I don't know, dude. Maybe it was just 2 Rikas. Maybe she has a sister who is also Rika. Who knows, dude?
Maybe Keiichi's dad killed the other girl.
What?
And that's still more foreshadowing.
I don't think so. I'm gonna veto that one. I'm gonna veto Keiichi's dad as a straight up murderer. Oh my god, you're the perfect guy for this, says Rika to Keiichi.
I have a good reputation,
you cool guy.
Repeating himself.
Yeah.
I have no idea why so many people have heard of me. Maybe because you don't fucking shut up.
Because he's great. It's something to do with Mii-chan's punishments, I think. I think.
I knew it!
Because he's walking around with maid outfits. And then the girls laughed at him because he is a fool. A clown jester.
All right, then. I'll call your parents about it tonight, so please let them know when you get back home today, okay? I'm sure my parents will have no problem with forced child labor. They wouldn't have any objections to raise, at least.
Because they're off preparing for the murder of Rico.
That's right.
It's straight up what's happening
They
here.
might. Oh my god, that's why his mother has the murder mystery books.
Yes, I was about to say.
Ah,
It all makes sense now.
this is the most bullshit. No.
Look, Keiji, the detective, literally discusses murder mystery with his mother.
I cannot accept this.
I'm just saying, it'd be a pretty good twist.
cannot
Pretty good
accept
twist.
this.
But it's not true, obviously. Of course, it's probably not true. Maybe. I'm looking forward to it, guys.
Okay, let's say
Yeah?
that Keiichi's dad is said to be an artist, a painter, right?
Yeah.
Keiichi's mother is said to be a reader and an academic.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So, this entire story is their academic discourse on the psychology of murder.
Sounds good to me. It's all about the art of murder, really.
And really all of the decoys about military involvement and gas disasters, it's all just to put a subtext to the murder to make you think that the actions are more forgivable than they actually are.
It's all part of the art of orchestrating, you know, this disaster, these murders from the comfort of your own home, really.
But then what the fuck does Akasaka have to do with anything?
Who cares? I mean, maybe when they left in Onekakashita Lake, they like went off to the city or whatever, they went to Tokyo or whatever. Maybe Akasaka was there.
Right, so Akasaka is like the actor that they have a film deal with for the film deal of their book.
Akasaka thinks this is all a film, and that's why he plays along with it.
Well, I mean, it might be a film, and it's his starring role.
The film called Higurashi no Nakikurani.
Yeah.
Starring Akasaka as Keiichi.
No, starring Akasaka as Akasaka.
Okay.
Or starring Akasaka as both of them.
Okay.
And it does turn out that they are insert characters for one another.
You know what? That makes sense to me. That makes so much sense, dude. I can't wait for the Akasaka
This is the
reveal.
least jokey joke theory I've had in a long while. I'm like giving this serious thought.
I like it. No, this is good. It's like a revitalization.
How has it taken it this long for me to like...
Go insane?
I think just because his parents don't have sprites. I think that's
there
it.
are some fan sprites for them floating around.
Well, I mean, they're in
Maybe
the anime.
You're right, they are in the anime, though we don't get to like see their faces
In fairness,
much.
they don't appear at all in the anime, really.
Not really.
No. It's just the backs.
We just see like parts of like their chins and like their backs.
The anime debunks this theory.
It's true. Unless they're more symbols for the power of authority in a child's life and how you can be controlled by like the adults, the power figures.
Does that mean they're guilty or not, Ben?
I can either confirm or deny. Have you watched this show? I can't confirm that. Or
But I'm not
deny
asking you to confirm it. I'm asking you to state your opinion.
Oh, I mean, obviously they're the masterminds behind all this.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just had to check.
Yeah. Keiichi's parents in Akasaka totally orchestrated this whole thing from the comfort of Tokyo.
Wait. Hold on. If we're saying that Keiichi's dad is the father figure that we've been following this whole story in Takano's musings, does that mean that Keiichi and Takano are siblings?
Yes. Okay with that.
And that's what the whole scene about the two demons meeting in Arc 3 was.
That's why Takano always dies, because they're actually trying to get to Keiichi, but he doesn't realize. He's forgotten that he had an older sister who looks nothing like him.
So, alright, so let's nail down this timeline.
Okay.
So,
oh my god.
Keiichi's grandfather is a discredited something probably scientist.
Okay.
Who told his granddaughter that she could become God.
Okay. Sounds cool.
His granddaughter, being the son of Keiichi's parents, is somewhat estranged because of Keiichi's father's musings. So they left.
So Keiichi's father doing artistry or like break away from like academic shit or whatever. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, and
there?
Also just because the shit that they're up to is weird. Keiichi's father doesn't really want to.
Okay, he wants like be his own man. I get you. Breaking out from the authority figures that plague his life. I get it.
Okay, so
it all makes sense now.
Then Keiichi's father decides that he wants to move out to the country after Keiichi slips up because of the drugs that Keiichi's estranged sister injected him with.
Okay, makes sense.
Then
So why do they move to where his estranged sister was? That seems like a terrible plan. It seems like a terrible plan. Are they trying to reconvene?
He then comes to the village. He comes to the village to confront Takano about what she's done to his son.
Keiji's parents do.
Yeah, Keiji's father goes to the village to confront Takano about what she's done to his son.
Makes sense.
All right. He gets injected, starts hallucinating, sees 2 straight-haired girls running around in a field.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And then he forgets about her.
And then, while under the influence of drugs, is convinced to move there, and maybe forgets about her. We'll
obviously that has to happen. Otherwise, how would they live there for so long? Knowing that Takano is like hanging out.
Because we have precedent for the fact that Keiichi's mother has visited the clinic.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe they've completely forgotten.
Maybe they've both been injected with the memory erasing drug X.
Just completely forgotten.
Drug Y rather, because there's no drug X. There's only drug Y. So there's the memory erasing drug, and they've both been injected with that.
Yes.
And that means that neither of them know that Takano was actually their daughter.
Yes.
What a fucking tragedy that would be. I love it already. Of course, I can either confirm or deny that this is the truth, but it probably is.
It's just the truth.
It probably is.
It's just the truth.
The point is that Keiichi now has to, battle with his estranged sister.
Much like the truths of Takano's scrapbooks in Arc 6, when neither of them explicitly falsified the other.
Dude.
We have just made the Takano culprit theory work.
That's it. Finally!
The Keiichi parents culprit theory.
I've been waiting for someone to make the Takano culprit theory work. Finally, someone's done it.
No.
Look, that
already worked, but we glued it together with the Keiichi parents culprit theory made a cohesive whole.
For the secret final route of this novel, we finally get the reveal. It's gonna happen. I'm ready.
Dude.
I'm ready.
I'm glad we got here together.
Oh my god. This is the power of true detectives. That's what we are. Fucking true detectives. We should be getting paid for this.
We should.
Just saying. And we'll need some real crime solved. We're in.
That's right.
Some true crimes
just listen to Death of the Reader, 2ser.com.
Oh my god, why would you do this? 107.3 if you're in the Sydney area.
That's right.
Cut that.
Why would I cut that? It's our show.
No, cut that. Shameless plugging, cut that.
They won't have any objections to raise, at least. They might ask why my name was brought up, though.
Oh my god.
Chie-sensei and the principal went back to the teacher's office after the discussion ended.
It's only like Keiichi and his dumb auction. Oh my god.
We're in the middle of the lunch break at the moment. Chie-sensei and the principal had come along together, and Mion scared me by saying that they all had something to talk to me about.
Oh god.
My stomach wasn't digesting my lunch particularly well.
Who's this? Oh, it's one of the kids. Oh, my Barasada heard everything. Good for you. Oh, it's a big honor being chosen by your village committee.
Hey there, Tamura-kun and Akamura-kun. I'd love to give that honor to you.
Oh, you're the best. I mean, no thank you. I wouldn't be able to handle it. Ugh.
I realized the whole class was talking about me. They were saying how fun Watanagashi was going to be, and how high their expectations were for it.
I saw you just almost say that correctly.
I know. I had to pause.
Actually, the worst. You were like,
about it.
I have to say it wrong just to annoy Benjamin.
Yes,
just
I do.
To annoy Yenjamin.
I'm glad you've adopted that.
Thank you. Just occasionally.
I might have taken on a huge responsibility. I needed to do my best to succeed at it.
By the way, I forgot something. My granny made tons of ohagi.
Uh-oh.
She told me to give them to my classmates.
Mion clapped her hands as she remembered and took out a box. Took a box out of her bag.
Nice.
A
box in a bag?
I paused there and stuttered there again as I was thinking about why I paused.
Were you trying to figure out how to say box correctly?
No, I was imagining Mion clapping her hands and just a giant box of ohagi, just appearing on the table next to her.
She's a magician. Fully wrapped and everything.
Exactly. She opened the lid, letting us see a bunch of ohagi neatly packed inside.
The magical ohagi.
Wow, there really are a lot. I think there might be enough for everyone in the class to have.
That's a lot. You okay?
It's just a bit
box.
My grandma made tons of ohagi. She told them to give some to my classmates.
To give them.
And then Sadako's surprised that there's enough for people.
Well, there's enough for everybody, not just for
what does Sadako expect? That she's gonna bring enough for everyone but one, and they're gonna have to fight to the death to find out who the person is who doesn't get ohagi?
You're being very incredulous for this. She's expecting that there'd be one for each of her close friends, not for every single person in the class. Speaking of more important things, how? They look so yummy and cute. Oh.
For some reason, Granny is very good at making ohagi.
Fucking adorable. Okay. That's because Sohei used to love them.
Whoever that is.
Sohei.
Oh yeah, I heard my Gramps used to like Ohagi.
Me.
He ate tons of them.
Literally ate
Almost
truckloads.
enough for the class.
Oh my god. He ate a whole class of Ohagi. Dressed them up in little suits and everything, and they just ate them.
It's like
it was horrifying.
It's like that fucking Pixar short that came out.
Which one?
Of the dumpling child, yeah.
What a fucking weird shot. For your grandma, Ohagi is something that makes her remember your late grandpa, huh?
The thing that makes my grandfather remember my late grandmother is everything, and then he goes on rants, and it's great fun.
Sounds like great. Sounds like they had a loving relationship.
They did. They had a very loving
I'm glad,
relationship.
as they should.
He's not creative enough to do something like cook to preserve a memory.
No, you don't need someone to remember them by. Just like a rundown garden. It's perfect. Done.
You think so? I thought Gramps liked canned food. You don't like canned food, do you, Shion?
Why not?
What? Why would that?
Shush you, smile line.
Could it really possibly be?
Is that true? Why so? Don't say it ain't so.
Well, it's because of the smell. I just don't like the smell of the metal.
Why not? Does it smell like human flesh?
Is that so? After always forcing me to eat my squash, it turns out you have something you can't eat?
What about canned squash? Oh my god.
To tell you the truth, she hates canned food because... Come on, sis, don't you dare tell anyone.
I don't know what's going on, but it seems Mion knows a secret about Shion, Keiichi said out loud.
God.
Tell it to us. Go on.
It seems that my friend Felix has it out for me. I better watch out.
The reason why Shion doesn't like canned food must have been something pretty funny. The two sisters battled for a while.
Get him! Fucking get him!
The machine gun knee kicks Mion launched from the close quarters weren't bad, but I don't think she expected Shion to land a capture suplex effort. Okay.
Fucking Shion!
So,
She just had a suplex?
how does one suplex knee kicks? Because like that's bringing your knee. So you're like grabbing them by the knees.
Grab them by the knees.
Them.
I was gonna say, yeah, because you have to get both arms.
Because I normally think of a suplex as like a body action.
Yeah,
like,
because then you have their like,
big hug.
because that's when you have their center mass. But yeah, I guess she's just like grabbed her around the legs and swung her wildly over her head. She would smack her head one of those deaths. I'm just saying
she's
that
just
is
dead.
There is no control as you're grabbing someone by the legs.
Because there's still a pivot point.
Yeah, you're fucked, dude.
I guess Shion is the more alive of the two siblings.
Wow.
I'd rather tell you the truth than you hear it from my sis. See, there's this bad guy named Kasai.
It's pretty cool, I think, you know.
He once told me when I was still young and innocent that there's sometimes human meat mixed in with canned food.
What a joke.
Which is why I don't like canned vegetables.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, vegetables the worst. I've heard of an urban legend like that before.
Me too. I once heard there's dog meat mixed into beef bowls and worms inside burgers.
That sounds really gross.
Are you quite serious? I can never eat beef bowls or burgers again after hearing something like that. Yeah.
You see, Sadako said Shion not moving?
Not moving?
It was a very traumatic thing for me.
What is this? This is garbage,
You have my sympathy, but I still have yet to forget about how you made me eat a full-course squash meal.
How do you... That's so much squash. You need to let go of that one. That meal was delicious.
That's right. Torture is okay as long as it's delicious.
As long as it's nutritious.
Because we're talking about this, I'm starting to get worried there might be something mixed into this ohagi, too.
Oh, like needles?
What? Like strawberries?
Oh, well, I see what you did there.
Thank you. It was a good joke.
Well, at least with the ohagi that I brought, you can't really be sure there's nothing else inside.
Like strawberries?
Ohagi that Mion brought. When you consider that, it's only natural to suspect that she probably did something to them.
Like what?
What's going on? I felt like I was forgetting something.
Oh no.
But I didn't remember anything that I was forgetting. It was like one of those deja vu moments. I'd never been in this situation, but my mind was telling me that I'd been there before.
Oh, Keiichi. What's wrong, Keiichi?
You know, I really was not, expecting the throwbacks to just go straight
Just that quickly?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just
was very abrupt.
Keiichi's just like, yeah, I remember this past timeline. This is
Nothing.
weird.
I just feel like Mion has given me ohagi before. But this is the first time, right?
Is it, Mi-chan?
I think this is the first time. You must be mistaking it for something else.
Maybe one of your other friends that you had before you came here. Oh, that's mean. That was mean of me.
That's mean,
I'm
Ben.
sorry. I'm being mean to Keiichi.
According to my memory, this is the first time Mion-san has ever brought Ohagi to school. In fact, before this, she was an ascetic.
What?
An ascetic.
An ascetic?
Isn't that the word?
I don't know. I don't know what that word is.
I'm Googling it.
What's an ascetic? Is that when you don't go to school? What?
No.
Ascetic.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's fasting.
Characterized by severe self-discipline and abstention from all forms of indulgence, typically for religious reasons.
Yeah.
You tell me that she's a monk?
Yes.
Okay, I believe it. It's what she really learned when she went over to America to
It took
learn.
me so long to come up with the word, and then we had to just fucking Google it anyway.
It's because like the way you were saying it, I wasn't sure if you were saying it right. I was like, aesthetic? We're trying to say aesthetic? Look at her. Point is, Mion's a monk. She's a death monk, and she's been trained in the martial arts of death monks. And Rika just death status.
I know, you're being cautious because they're from this old man, aren't you?
Oh my god.
That's nothing to brag about. I think you should be reflecting over your regular behavior.
You're right. I wouldn't laugh this way if I knew that it was knew that it was Rena who brought me ohagi. Rena's really good at cooking. They're small, but very carefully made.
Aw. Huh? I've never made ohagi before.
What?
That's weird.
What was I saying?
Oh my god, we're just getting more and more, like, obvious about this.
Why did I say that Rena had made ohagi before? Why would I know that Rena makes her ohagi small but neatly?
Because she's adorable.
I had no idea where that memory was coming from. I could only assume it was an error in my brain. Mion was saying that this was her first time bringing ohagi to class. Or ohagi. I keep changing it up and
It's alright.
can't decide which.
I'm just listening to the music now. Keep going.
As I tilted my head in confusion, everyone started reaching inside the box.
Aw.
Rena took out one from me and put it on the lid. I stared at it closely. What was I so concerned about? Mion said I was probably concerned that she did something to the ohagi. But it wasn't that. I really didn't know how to explain it. I felt like I was forgetting something important. I'd forgotten something important, and all I had was the obligation to remember it. In front of me was nothing but a single ohagi that came from Mion's house. I was frustrated, but I really couldn't think of anything. There's no way I could remember it, because I didn't know anything.
Keiichi, you've been staring at your ohagi for a long time. What's the matter?
Oh, I'm just experiencing deja vu. Don't you get it sometimes? It's your first time seeing something, but you feel like you've seen it before.
So, you feel like Mion has given you ohagi in the past?
I'm sure it's just my imagination, Mion. Just told me that she's never brought ohagi to school before.
Keiichi, you can't have memories of what didn't happen.
Yeah, Keiichi, you're fucking insane.
You've gone bonkers! If you remember something, I'm sure it really happened before.
Rika-chan told me something strange. I didn't usually take her random comments seriously, but ever since I saw her making those predictions in the toy store, I've been curious about her special powers. I felt like she was telling me something deep. It's weird to hear that from you, since you're so great at making predictions. Are you talking about the cycle of reincarnation or something?
More or less. Oh, I don't know much about religion.
Mion's the monk, ask her.
Yeah. I'm just a shrine maiden. Doesn't matter. I just want to tell you that if you know about something, that's something that happened to you. I want you to try and remember what happened. I don't want you to treat it like you're just mistaken.
Wow, it's an old friend, back from the past, long dead.
I love this shit.
Try and remember, Ben.
Try and remember. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I guess. I didn't do very well at Japanese in school. I was a little surprised by how serious she sounded. I always thought that Rika was just an innocent girl who fooled around all the time, said things like meep and nipa.
Adorably.
But all of a sudden, she seemed like a totally different girl. Was I supposed to take it as a joke? The serious look on her face told me it wasn't the time for jokes, though. If that's what you're telling me, then I guess I got ohagi from Mion in a previous life.
I won't make fun of you, so please, tell me everything. Why did me give you that ohagi?
The more I think about it, the more I think it's just my imagination. Maybe it was just a dream.
I don't care if it was just a dream. You must remember something. Please, tell me.
What was up with her? She seemed so curious about it. I didn't think this story was that interesting. Her asking so much started making me feel uncomfortable. Still, something told me I needed to talk to Rika-chan about everything I could. Maybe she could predict my future by reading my dreams. I should tell her everything. After all, she's the shrine maiden for Oyashiro-sama. Well, I think I skipped school that day. Had a cold or something.
Please open Onikakushi, chapter 12, and read the whole fucking thing.
My memory was scattered all over my brain like powder.
Damn.
I could see myself standing in front of the door. Mion was there, and someone else was standing there too. I think it was Rena. Mion brought me ohagi so I would get better. I think she told me her grandma made it just like today.
And then?
Well, then I ate that ohagi after they went back home. And I found something inside the ohagi. I'm sure I saw it in a comic book or something. It's mixed up in my memory, but I'm sure I read it somewhere in some comic book. This can't be true.
Keiichi, tell me what happened. What did you find inside the ohagi?
Well, I read this scary comic book when I was little, and there was a sewing needle inside of somebody's burger. You remember what Shion was saying just now? It can be traumatic to hear a story like that when you're young. I didn't remember much about that comic. I think it was about the girl who had an accident and held a grudge against the person who caused the injury on her face.
Someone please clarify in the comments, thank you.
Yeah. What if it's not real?
It was a really cheap plot now that I think about it, but since I was still a little kid, that comic really scared me. In one chapter, the girl casts a curse on the guy's food. He eats a burger with sewing needles inside it, and he goes all, yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
It still freaked me out. The image was so grotesque and shocking to me. I grew into a kind of trauma, and for a while I searched for sewing needles in my food every time I eat something. I couldn't eat burgers for a while for that reason. But my parents got concerned and my hunger became the trauma. Eventually that experience disappeared into the flow of time. I'm still a little worried about sewing needles every once in a while. I don't think about it all the time, of course. It'd be pretty rude if I poked my food while eating lunch with you guys, wouldn't it? Of course I know no one would actually put a sewing needle inside of my food.
But you're still a little scared.
Maybe I have somewhere inside my heart.
So, you saw a sewing needle inside the ohagi that me gave you. You saw a sewing needle inside of one.
Yeah, I did. Inside that ohagi there was a needle just as I feared. Why was I telling her about something that was just my imagination? Mion and Rena came to see me when I took a day off school while I was sick. That never happened, so obviously my brain was just making it up. But I spoke to Rika-chan because she said she wouldn't make fun of me.
Are you afraid of the ohagi now? Do you feel like there might be a needle inside? Is that why you're not eating it?
I realized that Mion and Rena were also looking at me. They were wondering why I was staring at the ohagi without eating it.
Oh, you don't like ohagi, Kei-chan? You don't have to eat it.
Oh.
Mion was hearing Ryukishi repeat himself. She felt bad for forcing me to eat something I didn't like. In turn, I felt guilty seeing the sad expression on her face.
Eat the ohagi!
Sis, you must be convinced you put something in it.
Eat it, eat it, eat it.
I immediately denied Shion's remark. No one else would understand what I'm saying. Even I didn't know. No, I know for sure there's no sewing needle inside this ohagi.
It's sewing needle? Why would this old man put something like that in there?
That was suspiciously specific of you.
Of course you wouldn't. You're not the type to visit and bring something with you out of pure generosity. You might play a trick with Tabasco sauce or something, but you'd never put needles inside. You'd never do something as dangerous as that. I know you'd never do such a thing. I grabbed the ohagi with my hand. As I brought it in front of my mouth, I felt the need to check it just in case. But I told myself clearly, "Hey, you wimp. When are you gonna stop being scared of that stupid comic book? Mion brought these ohagi to treat everyone in the class. There's no way she'd put needles inside of these." I forced that stupid memory out of my brain and munched on the ohagi. It's delicious.
Of course it is. There wasn't a needle inside, was there?
No way. I'm really sorry. I was just caught up in a traumatic experience I once had. My heart had stopped pounding and I felt relieved. The next moment I got the urge to say something to Mion. It wasn't the right thing to say, but I just felt like I had to say it. Hey, Mion.
What is it?
The ohagi was delicious.
Glad I brought them in, even though they were really, really heavy.
I didn't know why I wanted to tell her again that the ohagi was delicious, but I was glad I said it to her. I was finally released from that odd feeling.
Well then, since Kei-chan overcame his fears and ate the ohagi, you should eat this squash, Sadako-chan. Oh, it's so soft and sweet.
Gross. Gross.
How can that lunchbox always be so full of squash? Giving me a traumatic experience.
She-chan is trying so hard to stop Sadako-chan from eating squash. That's what she's doing.
She's so passionate about it. Maybe she sees her as a future little sister.
By the time I finished eating my ohagi, we'd return to our usual fun lunchtime.
Keiichi, what if?
What if?
What if what? That's such a broad question. What if you really do see a needle inside your food? What will you do?
That's not going to happen. Don't you threaten me, Rika-chan.
Keiichi, what if it really happens?
Rika-chan looked at me with a serious face as I joked around. What's gotten into her lately? Stop it. It's not going to happen, and I don't believe it will. I just overcome my stupid trauma after all that. That's why I made the firm statement.
I understand. Keiichi, I'm sorry I'm asking you so much. If you see a needle inside your food, it's definitely some kind of mistake. Please don't ever believe that it's me's fault.
You're just trying to tell me not to be suspicious of Mion, right? Of course I won't. I'd never be suspicious of my friends.
Never ever in a million lifetimes.
I raised my fist into the air. Rika-chan finally looked happy.
Aw.
She smiled as if she was relieved by my words.
Well, that's a chapter.
We did it.
Wholesome. I love that. I kind of love that. I was getting little butterflies in my chest, like precious Keiichi and Rika bonding, and like we're just gonna be best friends forever. Nothing's gonna go wrong, and I love them.
It's very interesting trying to figure out where this arc is going to go, because like it's got such a different start.
Just enjoy the moment. Don't even worry about it. I love this.
No, I have to predict everything happening.
Alright, what do you want to predict then? What's this chapter gonna be?
Shion is going to die at Mion's hands.
Okay.
As they stand atop the Mayabara residence.
It sounds pretty fun.
Both wielding cleavers while Keiichi tries to knock the house down.
You think Mion could kill Shion? It sounds pretty intense.
No, it's gonna be like they both stab each other and they fall off the roof, and it's down to pure chance to see who hits the ground first and who like cushions the other's blow. Okay. And there's gonna be like a long monologue about fate as they fall.
So in the anime, that's when like Mion like lands on Shion's gigantic breasts, and that's how she's saved.
Something like that.
It's a very like detailed shot. It's like the most detailed shot. It's got one of those like one of those zoom ins. Yeah. Gotcha.
There you go.
That's what's gonna happen, guys. Look forward to it for the rest of Higurashi.
Well, I mean, we don't need to read it now if we know what's going to happen.
I know, right? Why even bother?
Just skip to Matsuri Bayashi.
Oh, God.
Next time